Around 753 BC, a small settlement rises above the banks of the Tiber River. A handful of wooden huts shelter shepherds, farmers, and warriors. Few could imagine that this quiet village would one day become the heart of one of history's greatest empires. The settlement has begun to grow. More families gather on the Palatine Hill, building simple wooden homes connected by well-worn paths. Fields and livestock provide a steady livelihood, laying the first foundations of what will one day become Rome. As the settlement matures, daily life becomes more organized. Well-worn paths connect homes, fields, and livestock pens, while simple workshops produce tools and pottery. Though still a humble village, Rome is quietly taking its first steps toward permanence. The growing settlement has begun to form a true community. A central gathering place brings families together for trade, discussion, and simple rituals, while the paths leading toward the valley hint at the future heart of Rome. The settlement is becoming increasingly organized. Well-defined paths connect homes, fields, and grazing land, while the open valley below begins serving as a shared meeting place. The humble village is slowly laying out the landscape that future generations will transform into the center of Rome. The settlement has become a thriving hilltop village. Homes spread across the Palatine slope. Footpaths link every corner of the community, and everyday life grows increasingly organized. The landscape itself is beginning to take the shape of the future city of Rome. By 729 BC, the settlement has become a regional gathering place. Farmers, shepherds, and craftsmen meet to exchange goods and skills, while the growing network of paths across the valley quietly foreshadows the streets of the future Roman Forum. The village has become a flourishing settlement. Trade, farming, and skilled craftsmanship support a growing population, while the busy paths crossing the valley quietly define the landscape that will one day become the Roman Forum. The settlement has grown into a well-organized community. Farming, trade, and craftsmanship flourish together, while the widening paths across the valley quietly outline the future center of one of history's greatest cities. The settlement begins to resemble more than a village. Homes follow organized paths, harvests grow larger, and a shared gathering place strengthens the bonds of the community. The earliest shape of Rome is slowly emerging from the hillside. The settlement has become a thriving regional center. Expanding farms, growing trade, and stronger community leadership are quietly transforming a hilltop village into the earliest foundation of the eternal city. By 711 BC, the scattered settlements of the Palatine have begun to merge into a single thriving community. Trade along the Tiber is increasing, skilled craftsmen are flourishing, and the foundations of Rome are becoming unmistakably visible. By 700 BC, Rome has outgrown its origins as a cluster of villages. The Palatine Hill is now home to a thriving proto-city where trade, craftsmanship, and agriculture support a rapidly growing population. In the open valley below, the earliest marketplace is taking shape, foreshadowing the Roman Forum that will one day stand at the heart of an empire. Rome is growing rapidly. The villages of the Palatine have merged into a bustling proto-city where merchants, craftsmen, and farmers gather daily in the open marketplace below. Though still built of wood and earth, Rome is beginning to look unmistakably like a city. Rome enters a new era of growth. Influenced by the neighboring Etruscans, larger timber buildings, terracotta roof tiles, and organized marketplaces begin to reshape the city. What was once a hilltop village is rapidly becoming the leading urban center of Latium. Rome enters its first true urban revolution. Engineers begin reclaiming the marshy valley that will become the Roman Forum, while bustling markets, expanding neighborhoods, and growing Etruscan influence transformed the settlement into one of central Italy's rising cities. By 600 BC, Rome has become a true royal city. The first temples rise above the growing Forum, while Etruscan engineering, expanding trade, and skilled craftsmanship reshape the settlement into one of central Italy's most influential urban centers. Rome has become the royal capital of Latium. Its expanding Forum, growing temples, and ambitious public works reveal a city entering a new age of engineering and political power. The foundations of the eternal city are now unmistakably taking shape. Rome enters an age of monumental construction. Massive drainage works begin transforming the Forum into the city's permanent civic heart, while magnificent Etruscan temples and ambitious public projects reveal the confidence of an emerging royal capital. Rome enters an age of monumental construction. Massive drainage works begin transforming the Forum into the city's permanent civic heart, While magnificent Etruscan temples and ambitious public projects reveal the confidence of an emerging royal capital, Rome stands as the greatest city in Latium. Monumental temples dominate the skyline, the Forum has become the center of public life, and the great Cloaca Maxima is transforming the city's landscape. The ambitions of Rome's kings are laying the foundations for a civilization that will one day rule the Mediterranean. Rome stands as the unrivaled capital of Latium. The great Cloaca Maxima is transforming the city's landscape, while the colossal temple of Jupiter rises above the Capitoline Hill. Under its kings, Rome is preparing for the final chapter of the monarchy and the birth of a republic that will change history. In 509 BC, the Roman kingdom comes to an end. The last king is overthrown, and the Roman Republic is born. Around the Forum, citizens gather beneath the shadow of the newly completed Temple of Jupiter, unaware that this young republic will one day build the greatest empire the ancient world has ever known. Rome's last king has fallen. In the Roman Forum, power passes from a monarch to elected magistrates, marking the birth of the Roman Republic. The city's buildings remain the same, but its political future has changed forever. The Roman Republic is beginning to find its footing. The Forum grows busier with magistrates, merchants, and citizens, while Rome's institutions slowly replace the traditions of kings. The city's buildings change little, but its civic life is becoming stronger every year. The Roman Republic is becoming more organized and confident. Around the Forum, government buildings expand, public assemblies grow larger, and trade flourishes. Rome is still a city of timber, but its institutions are steadily laying the foundations of a future Mediterranean power. Rome has entered the age of written law. The 12 tables are proclaimed before the people, transforming the Forum into the legal heart of the Republic. While the city's skyline changes only gradually, its institutions are becoming stronger, fairer, and more enduring. Rome is flourishing as the leading republic of central Italy. Government, trade, and religion all converge in the bustling Forum, while steady improvements to infrastructure and public spaces prepare the city for an even greater era of expansion. By 420 BC, Rome has become the leading power of Latium. Across the Seven Hills, new neighborhoods, workshops and markets continue to spread. While its skyline is still built of timber, the Republic's growing wealth and organization are quietly transforming the city into the political and economic center of central Italy. By 405 BC, Rome enters the long siege of Italy. Soldiers gather in the Forum, workshops forge weapons day and night, and the Tiber harbor overflows with supplies. The Republic is no longer defending its borders, it is beginning its expansion across Italy. Disaster strikes Rome after the Battle of the Allia. Gallic warriors sack the city.
Over the next decade, Rome rapidly evolves. The city becomes a wealthy Mediterranean capital. The Forum fills with intense political activity.
Rome is rebuilding with remarkable determination. Burned ruins give way to new homes. Markets reopen in the Forum, and craftsmen work across the city. From the ashes of disaster, the Republic begins the recovery that will eventually make it the dominant power in Italy. Rome has recovered from one of the greatest disasters in its history. The scars of the Gallic sack have nearly vanished, replaced by thriving markets, expanding neighborhoods, and renewed civic confidence. The Republic is stronger than ever, and its next great era of expansion is about to begin. By 350 BC, Rome is entering a new age of confidence. Stronger public buildings rise on solid, tough stone foundations. Trade reaches unprecedented levels, and the Forum becomes more organized than ever before. The city is still built of timber, but beneath it, a stronger Rome is taking shape. Rome is becoming the engine of a growing republic. As wars with the Samnites reshape Italy, the Forum buzzes with officials, merchants, and soldiers. Stronger foundations, expanding neighborhoods, and booming trade reveal a city preparing to dominate the peninsula. Rome is transforming into the command center of a rising Italian power. During the Samnite Wars, stronger roads, expanding government buildings, and a thriving river port support an army that is reshaping the peninsula. The city grows not through monuments, but through organization, engineering, and relentless ambition. Rome stands victorious over the Samnites and rules much of central Italy. Fresh water now flows through the Aqua Appia. The Via Appia connects the growing republic, and the Forum hums with commerce, government, and diplomacy. Rome is no longer simply a city, it is becoming the capital of an expanding civilization. Rome has defeated Pyrrhus and become the dominant power in Italy. The Forum welcomes merchants and ambassadors from across the Mediterranean. Fresh water flows through the Aqua Appia, and engineers begin planning even greater infrastructure. A regional republic is becoming an international power. Rome is no longer only a power of Italy. Facing Carthage across the Mediterranean, the republic builds fleets, expands industry and transforms the city into the command center of a growing empire. The Forum now directs wars that reach far beyond the Italian peninsula. Rome has become a Mediterranean power. The victories of the Republic have brought wealth, foreign trade, and new cultural influences into the city. The Forum now connects Rome with the wider world, while its streets prepare for conflicts that will determine the future of civilization. By 220 BC, Rome is preparing for its greatest challenge yet. New roads connect the Republic, the Forum manages an expanding world, and the city grows beyond its ancient boundaries. Across the Mediterranean, a storm is approaching, and Rome is readying itself for war. Rome stands at the edge of survival. Hannibal's victories have shaken the Republic, but Rome refuses to break. The Forum becomes a command center, the harbor becomes a supply base, and an entire city commits itself to one goal:
8 years pass,
endurance.
and Augustus's
By
vision
200
takes shape.
BC,
The
Rome
old
has
brick
survived
city
and
yields
emerged
to the
stronger
glory
than
of
ever.
marble,
The defeat
reshaping
of Carthage
Rome into
opens
the
the
ceremonial
Mediterranean
capital
world
of the
to Roman
world.
influence. The Forum fills again with commerce and politics, while wealth, culture, and ambition begin reshaping the Republic. Rome has become the master of the Mediterranean.
By 12
Victories
BC,
abroad bring wealth,
Augustus
foreign
has united
cultures, and new
political and
ideas
religious
into the
authority.
Republic. The Forum now
Rome is
governs a
becoming the
world far
symbolic
larger than
heart
the
of the
city
Roman
itself,
world.
and Rome begins to
A
transform from a military power into a civilization. Rome has become a city
decree of the
transformed
Senate,
by conquest.
the Imperium
Wealth
of
from across the
Augustus is
Mediterranean
passed to
fills its
Tiberius
markets.
Caesar.
Greek culture influences its elites, and the Forum governs an expanding world. The Republic has reached a level of power unimaginable to its founders. Rome has become the center of a Mediterranean world. Wealth, art, and ideas flow into the Republic from every conquered region. The city grows richer and more sophisticated, but the struggle for power among Rome's greatest families is beginning to reshape its future. By 160 BC, Rome has become one of the greatest cities of the ancient world. Wealth from conquest fills its markets, Greek culture transforms its society, and the Forum governs a vast Mediterranean power. Yet beneath this golden age, ambition and rivalry are beginning to challenge the foundations
In
of the
AD
Republic.
54,
Rome has
the
reached
young
the
Nero
height of its
succeeds
power.
Claudius
The
as
Republic
emperor.
controls
Rome
a vast
reaches new heights
Mediterranean
of
world,
prosperity,
and its capital
unaware
grows
that a
richer
great
every
disaster
year.
lies only
But
a
wealth has
decade
created
away.
new rivalries, and the old political balance of Rome is beginning to change. Rome rules the Mediterranean. The victories of the Republic have filled the city with wealth, art, and influence. But behind the magnificent temples and crowded markets, a new struggle is beginning between the powerful few and the growing population demanding change. Rome has become the greatest city of the Mediterranean. Its armies have conquered distant lands, its markets overflow with wealth, and its culture absorbs influences from across the world. But prosperity has created new divisions, and the foundations of the Republic are beginning to crack. Rome stands at the height of Republican power. Its wealth, population, and influence have never been greater. Yet beneath the city's magnificent temples and crowded forum, political rivalry and social unrest are beginning to threaten the very foundations of the Republic. By 100 BC, Rome has become the greatest city of the ancient Mediterranean. Its armies are unmatched, its markets overflow with wealth, and its population has reached unprecedented numbers. Yet as ambitious generals gain the loyalty of professional armies, the Republic stands unknowingly at the edge of its final century.